All right, folks, XRP Ledger DeFi is exploding, and I'm going to explain in this video why we are doing it the right way. We have some geniuses building on the XRP Ledger, and from a legal standpoint, we are going to be in the clear, while everybody else with their fancy little smart contracts is going to be in big trouble, as we saw last week with a Wells notice served to Uniswap, and they even doubled down. I'm going to show you more on that later. Uniswap about to come into the crosshairs, and I think that they're going to be getting themselves in some trouble. Let's break it down, guys. Full update. It's going to be a big week coming up here. Check this one out from the Kobesi letter. March retail sales data coming out tomorrow, Monday. Fed Chair Powell speaking on Tuesday, with existing home sales data coming out on Thursday. The Philly Fed Manufacturing Index is on Thursday as well, with about 10% of S&P 500 companies reporting earnings this week. We have a total of 13 Fed speakers, and we have the war that has escalated as well. Let's continue. Now, I'm not going to play this clip. I do get kind of a kick, and I do laugh at Ben Armstrong for his XRP Army videos. He did one last week where he was crawling in the woods, going to spy on the Ethereum Foundation. I do find that kind of comical. And what it does is it does bring more attention to ETHgate, which is a positive. I have no other comments on BitBoy Crypto other than that. But if he can help wake up the masses to ETHgate and the truth about XRP, I am here for it. Whether he is the supreme commander of the XRP army or not is not what I care about. And in this video, he says right here, XRP army was right. This ETHgate is worse than people even imagine. And he is responding to Steven Arioff going on with James O'Keefe. He's responding to the James O'Keefe video where they did a little expose of Steven Arioff's story, and they touched on ETHgate, and this thing's just starting to blow wide open, folks. And of course, the XRP army was right. We didn't want it to be this way. We were attacked first. We had to get out the red folder because we came under attack first. And in our defense, when we were doing our research, it just so happened that we opened up this can of worms called ETHgate. We didn't know that we were going to be led here. It's just where the truth took us. And that's what happens when you have an allegiance to the truth. Most people in the crypto space don't even want to have this conversation because it tears apart and dissolves the foundation that the entire crypto Ponzi scheme has been built on. That's why they don't want to talk about it. And the reason why our government doesn't want to talk about it is because it exposes them. Now, I wanted to share this clip here, folks. This is why XRP is setting the standard as far as DeFi, as far as a ledger that functions properly. Ripple is setting the standard as far as a company representing themselves in a respectful way, a professional way. This is a clip here where the PayPal, I don't know if this is the PayPal CEO, Dan Schulman, is pointing out that Brad Garlinghouse is the best dressed person in the room, which this is good. You get a good laugh out of it. But I want you to listen to Brad describe how they got banks coming to their offices. Listen in on this one.
When you hear
Brad is the best dressed in the entire room right now, so I just point that out.
I like, by the way, you're in San Francisco and you've kept it formal.
Well, when you're the small company and you're on stage with the big company, he can wear cowboy boots. I'm going to wear, you know, we're selling to banks. We're trying to impress the banks.
But I thought, you know, the banks are supposed to be, you know, attracting you guys, right?
Well, it's funny, actually. It is a small digression, but sometimes we have meetings with senior people at banks, and they'll be coming to our office, and so they'll dress down. They're coming to our office, so we dress up, and we just miss each other. And
so are they the ones wearing Patagonia vests
yeah,
and Allbirds sneakers,
exactly.
And you're the one in suits?
Exactly, yes.
On a roller coaster, when you hear
Brad is the best dressed.
So this is what's up, folks. We just continue to see time and time again Brad showing out. Every time he goes to these conferences, he's dominating. And if you look, other, you know, Ripple executives speaking at these platforms, they just dominate the conversations, literally, in a respectful way. They show up, they're the best dressed, of course, and you always wear the power suit. Just like my mentor Dan Pena says, you always show up in the power suit. Doesn't matter if you're going for a round of golf after your business meeting, you show up wearing that power suit. And you're the person that you're sitting across the table from, they're showing up in their, you know, golf shorts and a polo, you know, golf shirt, right? All the leverage stands on your side of the table. Always show up in the business uniform. And this is why Ripple continues to lock down the biggest deals in the space. This is why wherever they go to speak, Brad runs the show. Everybody, all eyes, they fill out the rooms. Max capacity to listen to Brad and the team at Ripple speak. You got all these other little crypto projects that show up. They get to set out a booth out in the outside area. They ain't speaking up on the stage. They ain't running the show. But that's what Brad and the team's been doing. And this is why they continue to lock down deals like this one, folks. BCB Group consolidates custody and governance of its digital asset operations on Medico. Remember that Medico has been acquired by Ripple. This came out last week on April 9th. Wasn't picked up by many. This one coming out. Louisiana, Switzerland, and London. I don't know if I butchered that pronunciation, but nonetheless, Medico, the Ripple-owned provider of digital asset infrastructure technology, today announced that BCB Group, a leading provider of business accounts and trading services for the digital asset economy, has successfully consolidated governance of its digital asset custody operations on Medico's flagship custody platform. An established player in digital asset payments infrastructure, BCB Group is a leading provider of payments accounts and trading services for the digital asset economy and serves institutional clients by providing business accounts, cryptocurrency, and foreign exchange market liquidity for some of the world's largest crypto-engaged financial institutions, including Bitstamp, Crypto.com, B2C2, Gemini, Kraken, and more. Migrating its operations from a third-party digital asset custody technology provider, BCB Group is now utilizing Medico's custody technology landscape into a single platform to secure and govern its digital asset operations. BCB Group will leverage its highly scalable and secure platform as a fully managed service deployed in the cloud, enabling the company to take its commercial offerings to the next level. BCB Group is supported by IBM's Cloud Hyper-Protect services. When paired with Medico's custody platform, this infrastructure is designed to help institutions deliver optimized performance, improve resource use, and build a tamper-proof, trusted execution environment for digital asset transactions, ensuring end-to-end security via data encryption and isolation of customer environments. Folks, this is how you get big deals done. And as you've seen, Medico already doing the custody for HSBC tokenized gold. HSBC didn't shy away after Ripple acquired Medico. They doubled down. They said, yes, deal's still on. And now we're seeing Medico getting even bigger deals like this one from BCB Group. It's all starting to come together, isn't it? Now on the XRP ledger, from the DeFi standpoint, it's exploding. The DeFi is exploding. We were late. We were made fun of, and in a large part too, it's actually had an impact on price not going up because we haven't had the utilities to actually put our XRP to use. That's over. That's done with, and now DeFi is exploding. And the beautiful thing is, I'm going to explain here, is that we're doing things the right way. All of these utilities are coming at the protocol level without smart contracts. Without smart contracts is the key at the protocol level. When you compare that with a Uniswap, which is a layer 2 smart contract, and that smart contract is going to be the pinch point where the SEC is going to say, you guys created an investment contract. There is no smart contract in all of these utilities being added to the XRP ledger at the protocol level, meaning that we're in the clear from a legal standpoint. Not only is XRP in and of itself not a security, the last point in the Ripple versus SEC lawsuit to figure out is how can Ripple effectively distribute XRP to its institutional partners without creating an investment contract? And then now we're getting all these DeFi capabilities without a smart contract. There is no investment contract. We have full clarity. Tokenization, NFTs, AMM, liquidity pools, KYC, AML, custody, regulatory compliance, DID, and now potentially with lending protocols, XLS66D. If you squint, Ripple could look increasingly like a bank. And I shared this clip in the video that I dropped earlier today where I compared Ripple to the IMF and I compared XRP to an ESDR. And I do think that it's a fair comparison to be made. But the point that I'm trying to bring home in this video here is the difference between the XRP ledger utilities that are being added at the protocol level, built into the code without a smart contract, without some third-party smart contract. This is going to bring us into the clear. Meanwhile, the rest of the space, and in particular, specifically looking at Uniswap's case, I think they're going to be in big trouble. Not only did the Wells notice arrive at the offices of Uniswap Labs last week, basically saying that you're about to get sued by the SEC, but the Uniswap, they decided to double down, and they probably are scrambling to try to figure out how they can fund this battle against the SEC. And so what did they do? This is going to be a fatal mistake for them. they decided to increase the fees for swapping on their AMM. This is going to be a big problem, folks. From Dan Smith. Breaking, Uniswap Labs increased the fee on the swaps through the Uniswap Labs interfaces and expanded the set of fee-eligible trades. The new policy now charges 25 basis points on all swaps through the user interface and wallet, except stablecoin pairs and unwrapping wrapped Ethereum. So where's the decentralization? First off, looks like you're lacking some. Second off, this is exactly what the SEC is going to be able to say. We have an expectation of profits. We have fees now being collected that you unilaterally decided to raise versus on the XRP Ledger AMM where it's completely decentralized. The liquidity providers get a vote on what the fees are going to be. And the AMM is built into the protocol without a smart contract. Now, continuing on here, you can see the full details right here where they're taking the fees up, okay? And he says, given the timing, I assume this is to help build their war chest for the impending battle with the SEC. Okay, well, that's a problem. That's a problem. They don't have a thriving business like Ripple does, where they can actually sell XRP without an investment contract and generate some money, right? Uniswap doesn't have that. What they've created is they've created a smart contract that's not at the protocol level that they've now tweaked through their user interface to collect more fees. And he says, I will have some more data on this later this weekend. Wish me luck. Pricing every meme coin on Uniswap. Yeah. And basically, this is what I've been saying is when this Wells notice came out, I said, there's a problem here. There's a problem here. This is not at the protocol level. This is a smart contract that the SEC is going to be able to grab onto and say this smart contract is creating an investment contract between Uniswap Labs and the user to generate a profit, right? An investment of money with an expectation of profit based off the efforts of others. You've hit the Howey test. You've hit it. Doesn't matter if it's decentralized or not. And then this move that they just made almost proves that they lack decentralization. Did the Uniswap governance vote on this? I don't think that they did. I think this was a decision that was made from the top down. Where's the decentralization? And in fact, some are arguing that they made the governance protocol to try to make it more decentralized. Well, this just completely flies in the face of that. And it's not a matter of I want XRP to win by everything else being brought down. It's the same thing that we said about ETHgate. Same thing that I'm saying right now about this. It's not that I'm a fan of the SEC. It's just the law is very clear when you create an investment contract. And in this case, I believe that they have. It's unfortunate. Now, if Congress were to step in and provide some sort of regulations on this, that'd be great, but they aren't. And so in the meantime, it's going to be fought out in the courts. And because there is no precedent on this, the SEC is continuing to overreach and expand their jurisdiction. But in this regard, they might have a case to be made here. So, I hope that Uniswap can make a good fight. Unlike the rest of the crypto space that wanted to kick on us and spit on the XRP community and Ripple when we were getting sued, I'm actually in support of Uniswap. I'm in support of all these other projects. Unless you're clearly breaking the law with fraud, that's who I want to see get brought in. This is the reason why we have these regulators. They're supposed to be protecting retail investors. But nonetheless, I think that the SEC might have a case. You guys let me know in the comments down below. But nonetheless, I love to see the DeFi exploding in the XRP Ledger ecosystem with full clarity happening at the protocol level. There's not going to be anything for the SEC to grab onto. We have full clarity, not only on XRP in and of itself not being a security, but also on the DeFi utilities that are being added at the protocol level. It's the perfect setup as we continue through this bull run. I appreciate all of you guys so much. If you appreciate what we're doing, you know what to do. Tap it, smack it, hit that thumbs up for us, drop a comment down below and let me know what you think about this case. Do you think that Uniswap is going to be in trouble or what? I will see you guys in the next one. Everything's at my website, ZachRector.com. God bless you all. I am your host, Zach Rector. I really appreciate all of the love and support. If you want to support the channel, just remember that you can start by smashing that thumbs up for me, sharing this content far and wide, and everything else is at my website.